Alright, we got top 10 most anticipated anime of 2024. I didn't watch this one yet. I did watch the 2023 to the second half of the season of the year of 2023, but never the 2024 one.
What if I tell you that 2024 has more in store?
There's gonna be another one
it's
again?
Really early, but between the currently confirmed new anime and confirmed sequels, 2024 is shaping up to be a year to remember. For today, I'll be giving you a preview of 2024 by running down a preemptive list of the most anticipated anime series that are coming next year.
Interesting.
Some great sequels, promising new anime, and one of the most anticipated titles to get an adaptation incoming.
This is a pretty good one. This is a good one. I read the manga.
The Witch and the Beast will be the first entry. We have here one of the shows looking to set the tone for the year. Set to air in winter 2024, The Witch and the Beast is already looking to be one of the more artistic titles the year has prepared for us, putting us once again in a European setting made familiar to us by the likes of Undead Murder Farce or Vanitas. We can easily infer what to expect in The Witch and the Beast. Shows in these kinds of settings often come with a flair for the dramatic and the mysterious, and this show is no exception. For this show, we get introduced to first-class mage Ashaf and the temperamental Guido, a pair who deal with problems of the magical variant. The latter has been struck with a witch's curse, and this is a story of her quest for revenge. But it won't come easy, as witches have become powerful beings looming ominously over society. The Witch and the Beast is a thriller with no shortage of mysteries and complex character motivations. It's overall a pretty good show to pick up as the year starts, as it provides a lot of engaging elements that both veteran and new anime fans can take a liking to.
She aggressive too. I need to see the Beast though.
Up next will be the second season of
they're not gonna
Mashle.
show everything. 2020. Wait, second
Mashle.
But second season? Okay, yeah, that's the second season.
Now, that didn't take long, did it? It just seemed like months ago that everyone's favourite comically overpowered hero is back to grace our screens. It looks like more of those second calls disguised as a second season, but does it matter? Mashle is coming back, and it's going to be as wild as ever. Mashle has always been a ton of fun since its first season, and a lot of fans couldn't get enough of what seems to be One Punch Man's spiritual successor.
I read the manga,
With the second season,
I didn't watch the
expect
anime
more of the
itself.
same from the show, and what made it such an entertaining watch.
I need to go
Mashle
watch
is a
it.
show that has a simple plot by all means, but the comedy just takes the series to new heights. For a show that seemed to be nothing but dumb fun, it's got some genuinely epic battles, and it could be your show to watch if you're up for some light-hearted excitement.
I need to watch it, really.
ついに見つけましたなくし物をそうかついに
Here's a wholesome title in A Sign of Affection.
恋はこの雪みたいに音もなく降ってくるのかな。
If you need some shoujo romance to change things up a bit, then you have it here with A Sign of Affection. Due to being hearing impaired, Yuki pretty much grew up in her own little world, her only interaction coming from her best friend Rin. Just when it seemed that she'd be resigned to a life of monotony, she runs into Itsuomi, Rin's friend, who happens to take an interest in Yuki, being understanding of her impairment. Thus, a new chapter in Yuki's life opens with the girl finding a growing fondness in this new light to her world. Now, with that synopsis, I'm positive that you know how the story's gonna go. Expect an emotional ride. Despite this, A Sign of Affection remains rather light-hearted instead of melodramatic. It's sweet, romantic, and most importantly, it's hopeful and uplifting. Definitely a show to watch out for in 2024.
I was expecting different animation.
指先と連連
Konosuba makes its return in 2024.
Really? That I'm definitely gonna watch it though.
It feels nice welcoming Konosuba
Finally.
back for another run. After what seemed
Those
like a
goddamn
very
time.
long silence on the anime side of things, things were announced in waves back in 2022. After the spin-off that recently concluded, it's finally time for the big thing, the next season to the main story, and it's coming in 2024. By this point, Konosuba has arguably become a gold standard for isekai comedy. It's always been a popular show that's very unrestrained in what it does, whether it be the lewd and degenerate jokes, the exaggerated reaction faces, and the in-your-face nature of the comedy. That has given it a signature charm that's garnered fans from anime fans everywhere, and it's coming back with a whole array of new jokes and insanity next year. Fans have been waiting for this for years now, and it's time for them to have the time of their lives once again. Spice and Wolf is up next for the remake treatment.
Spice and Wolf. Never heard of that.
What a surprising remake. Spice and Wolf has been one of the enduring success stories from Dengeki Bunko, and this title getting a remake in 2024 is a pleasant surprise. I have a lot of fond memories of the show, as it was a beautiful fantasy romance adventure with a touch of medieval economics. The anime has been one of the better adapted light novels out there, but I guess we can't have too much holo. So if you weren't around back in the late 2000s, Spice and Wolf tells the story of the traveling merchant Lawrence. Looking to open up his own shop, he runs into the wolf deity of legend, the harvest goddess Holo. Finding a suitable partner in Holo due to her abilities, Lawrence travels the countryside with his new partner, the two of them carrying their own aspirations as they explore and learn more about the colourful world around them. I do think this is an attempt to revive the franchise, as it's been almost 2 decades already. Would be nice to see some new faces in the fanbase. If you're curious to know what the hype from the older anime is all about, don't hesitate to take the jump and watch this show when it airs next year.
Oh no, maybe I'm gonna have to go do some research on this one. The last
looking good. And we've
on
got
the
a lot
one
more
before
amazing
this.
anime ahead.
God, I
Before
think
we
I
get
might
to
have
them, go
watched
hit
it.
that like button, as it's going to help this video do better and help the channel grow. Done? Alright, let's get back to the show. Next up is Classroom of the Elite Season 3. From a series that people have been wanting a sequel to into 2 sequels in quick succession, Classroom of the Elite has been having a pretty nice run as of late. Then again, with the success of the novels, I do think this 3rd season shouldn't be seen as unexpected when it was announced alongside the 2nd season back then, and it's always welcome to see more of everyone's favourite big brain protagonist back in action. Classroom of the Elite has often been cited as a series that's better read than watched due to the amount of dialogue and how much it relies on getting to know the context and the inner workings of the characters. Still, that doesn't mean that the anime won't be enjoyable. The 2nd season upped the stakes and created a more streamlined narrative, making it a far more enjoyable watch compared to the first one. With the anime team on a roll, we can expect season 3 to follow the same pattern. They better do, with the next season having more cool mental battles in store. Oshinoko makes its return for a 2nd season in 2024.
Oshinoko.
With Oshinoko being one of the biggest anime hits of 2023, it would be
Really?
a shocker if a sequel was never announced, especially with the cliffhanger at the end of the 1st season. Thankfully,
There's a 5
Oh yeah, I
that
did
gets
saw
any
it.
woman interested in you,
But I didn't watch
even
it
if she
though. It's not
thinks
my
that
type of
you're
anime to
or
watch.
needy. Even if she said that she's too
Nothing
big.
wrong
wait
about
won't
it,
have
but
to be
it's
too
just
long,
not.
and the
It
Tokyo
just
Blade
doesn't
arc
match
will
with my
grace our
personality,
screens
bro.
next year. Things are about to come
I
to a
just
head
can't watch
with what
something
some
like that.
consider to be one of Oshinoko's best arcs: love triangles, personal demons, and a murder mystery still looming in the background.
Whoa, what?
Arcs, love triangles, personal demons.
No,
and
I
murder
think that's the one I'm
mystery still
talking about.
looming in
Never
the
mind. I don't
background.
think it's the
Things
one I'm
are
talking
looking
about.
Real good for
This gotta be
Oshinoko.
different.
And after
No,
some
it
great
is.
arcs for the
Wait.
1st season, that's saying something. Oshinoko
No,
has
it
been
is
a
the one
fan
I'm talking
favorite,
about.
and for good
Well,
reason
murder.
too. I'm sure you might
I
be
know there
pleased to
was
see
murder
these
in that one.
characters who've captured our hearts make a comeback, and the show will continue to dazzle with its heartfelt stories and commentaries
Their
on the
eyes.
entertainment industry.
shit.
It's got everything you'd want
Probably
for
put
an
all the
anime
budget
in this
on that
genre,
one.
and it's only getting better. How about a new anime to spice things up a bit? Gaiju number 8 is up
Kaiju
next.
is really good. I wonder how they're gonna do the animation.
It really is a trend with anime series getting greenlit, it seems. Not so long after getting Chainsaw Man, we have Kaiju number 8
Yeah,
ready to
Kaiju
make its mark on the
is
anime
very similar
world.
to
You can
Chainsaw
see
Man
where
when
this is
if you
going
think
now, can't
about it,
Kaiju
but
number
not
8 is the story of
necessarily.
Kafka, who's long resigned to being a sweeper, which is exactly what it says. People who dispose of Kaiju remains after the action's done. He long dreamt of being on the front lines and taking on the grotesque monsters himself, but such a dream felt like an insanely long reach. Thankfully, or not, he encounters a parasite-type kaiju, one that attacks him and turns him into a monster. Finally having the power to take on the monster as one of them, Kafka gives his dream of fighting the kaiju a shot. A familiar premise in a familiar setup, Kaiju number 8 seems to be a show looking to build on the success of
Number
Chainsaw
8?
Man.
So there's all the
story is
numbers?
really
I didn't
fun,
reach.
and the
I
fight
watched
scenes
a
are
couple.
nothing but
I read a
spectacular
couple
in manga
of the.
form. It's a story that's full of hype moments.
I read
that
the
just
manga, but
refuses
not
to
all
let
of it,
you
though.
put it down. Mappa's not the one handling the series in anime form, but I'm positive Production IG can also knock it out of the park with this one. If you've been looking for more monster mashes that's full of high-octane fight scenes, come to the right place. At number 2, we take a look at Blue Lock Season 2.
Blue Lock, the football anime.
True to my expectations, Blue Lock had become one of the hottest sports series out there. I mean, how could it not be though? It's got a unique way of approaching its story. It's not every day that you have a more cynical and darker take on the sports story, and we're in an era now where that's what a lot of anime viewers like. It also helps that the plot is fairly easy to follow, yet opens the doors to some intricacies that will put our characters to the test. I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't exactly a sports show that brandishes its realism in spite of doing away with the usual friendship tropes in sports anime and the like, but it does make for a very interesting watch, and Season 2 looks to pick up where the first season left off. We don't have much info on this one yet, but it seems poised for a late 2024 release.
I wonder what's number
8-Bit's
one.
done a decent job at the series so far, and if they can straighten out some wrinkles with Season 1's production, then this ought to be golden. The world's watching, and the expectations are sky high for
Ooh.
Season 2 of Blue Lock.
人生は退屈に満ちていた。あいつとブルーロックに出会うまでは。
To cap things off, we have
Solo leveling?
leveling.
Fair enough.
まだ俺なりに頑張ってここまで生きてきたんだ。もう一度。
Oh, Solo Leveling, I'm gonna be watching. Oh,
If you've been
I
anywhere
ain't
near
gonna lie,
the web
but
novel
Solo
scene
Leveling
the
is my
past couple of
favorite
years,
manual
you'd
of all
likely
time.
have heard
They
of
better do
Solo
a good job
Leveling.
of that shit
Being one of
because
the
I'm
most
gonna be
popular
pissed.
titles on the internet, it felt like an inevitability that it would get an anime adaptation.
They did a pretty
especially
good job.
coming off the heels of those major
They look
Korean
exactly
titles
the same
getting
as the
anime
manga.
adaptations back in 2020. Originally scheduled for 2023, the anime has since been pushed back to 2024, but I think that just increases the anticipation for it. After all, people just couldn't get enough of this story of super-powered humans who combat monsters. Why? Well, it's a dark underdog story that's an unapologetic power fantasy and backed with spectacular art in its source material. Its success should come as no surprise. People just love those whole weak to strong stories with hype moments, as seen with the popularity of things like Ari Fioretta. And that's precisely why this is one of the most anticipated anime for the year 2024. If you can't wait to see what the buzz is all about for Solo Leveling, well, you don't have to wait for much longer.
熱く戦おうぜ。生きている限り、この上なきゃ熱く強くなれるのなら。
Solo Leveling.
ふざけたルールにだって従って
I need to watch it. I need to read the manga again. Definitely need to read it again.
And that about wraps up this list. Do you think that there are other shows coming in 2024 that the anime community can't wait for? Well, do tell me in the comment section below.